Welcome back to Footnotes and Folly, and to the last of the two gentlemen of Verona. I am Pemberton. This is part 3. Julia, abandoned and faithful, has followed Proteus to Milan disguised as the page Sebastian, and her false love, not knowing her, takes her into service and sends her to carry his tokens of love to her own rival, Silvia. Silvia, true to the banished Valentine, will not have Proteus at any price, and flees into the forest to seek her exiled love, where the outlaws lie in wait. All the threads of the play now run together beneath the trees. Let us finish it.
Proteus enters. I have already been false to Valentine, and now I must be just as unfair to Thurio. By pretending to praise him, I get the chance to promote my own love. That Silvia is too beautiful, too faithful, too holy to be corrupted by my worthless gifts. When I swear true loyalty to her, she reproaches me for being false to my friend. When I offer vows to her beauty, she tells me to remember how I broke my oath to Julia, whom I loved. And though every sharp reply she gives me is enough to kill a lover's hope, still, like a spaniel, the more she kicks my love away, the more it grows and fawns on her. But here comes Thurio. Now we must go to her window and give her some evening music. Thurio and musicians enter. What's this, Sir Proteus? Have you slipped in ahead of us? Yes, gentle Thurio, for you know love will creep in service where it cannot walk. Yes, but I hope, sir, that you are not in love here. Sir, I am, or else I would be somewhere else. With whom? Silvia? Yes, Silvia, for your sake. I thank you for your own sake. Now, gentlemen, tune up and let us play boldly for a while. The host enters with Julia, dressed as a boy and calling herself Sebastian. Now, my young guest, I think you are melancholy. Tell me, why is that? Truly, my host, because I cannot be merry. Come, we will make you merry. I will take you somewhere you can hear music and see the gentleman you asked about. But will I hear him speak? Yes, you will. That will be music. Music plays. Listen, listen. Is he among them? Yes, but be quiet. Let us hear them. Who is Silvia? What is she that all our young men praise her? She is holy, beautiful, and wise. Heaven gave her such grace that she should be admired. Is she as kind as she is fair? For beauty truly lives with kindness. Love comes to her eyes to be cured of blindness, and once cured, he lives there. Then let us sing to Silvia, because Silvia is excellent. She surpasses every mortal thing living on this dull earth. Let us bring garlands to her. Well now, are you sadder than before? How are you, man? You do not like the music. You are mistaken. The musician does not like me. Why, my pretty youth? He plays false, father. What, out of tune on the strings? Not in that way, yet he is so false that he hurts the very strings of my heart. You have a sharp ear. Yes, and I wish I were deaf. It makes my heart heavy and slow. I see you take no pleasure in music. None at all when it sounds so discordant. Listen, what a fine change there is in the music. Yes, that change is exactly what hurts. Would you have them always play only one thing? I would always have one person play only one thing. But host, does this Sir Proteus we are talking about often visit this gentlewoman? I will tell you what Lance, his servant, told me. He loved her beyond all measure. Where is Lance? Gone to look for his dog, which tomorrow, by his master's command, he must carry as a present to his lady. Quiet. Stand aside. The company is breaking up. Sir Thurio, do not worry. I will plead so well that you will say my clever plan is excellent. Where shall we meet? At St. Gregory's Well. Farewell. Thurio and the musicians leave. Silvia appears above. Madam, good evening to your ladyship. I thank you for your music, gentlemen. Who spoke? Someone, lady, whose pure heart's truth you would quickly learn to know by his voice if you knew it. Sir Proteus, I think. Sir Proteus, gentle lady, and your servant. What do you want? To win your will. Then you have your wish. My will is exactly this. Go home to bed at once. You sly, perjured, false, disloyal man. Do you think I am so shallow, so lacking in judgment, that I could be seduced by your flattery when you have deceived so many with your vows? Go back, and make amends to your love. As for me, by this pale queen of night, I swear I am so far from granting your request that I despise you for your wrongful pursuit, and in a moment I mean to scold myself even for spending this much time talking to you. I admit, sweet love, that I did love a lady, but she is dead. If I said that, it would be false, for I am sure she is not buried. Say she is dead, still Valentine, your friend, is alive, and you yourself can witness that I am promised to him. Are you not ashamed to wrong him with your persistent begging? I hear likewise that Valentine is dead. Then suppose I am dead as well, for in his grave be sure my love is buried. Sweet lady, let me dig it up from the earth. Go to your lady's grave and call her love from there, or at least bury your own love in her tomb. He did not hear that. Madam, if your heart is so hard, then grant me at least your picture for my love, the picture hanging in your chamber. I will speak to that, sigh to that, and weep to that. Since the real substance of your perfect self is devoted elsewhere, I am only a shadow, and to your shadow I will make true love. If it were a real person, you would surely deceive it and turn it into a shadow, as you have done to me. I am very unwilling to be your idol, sir. But since your false nature suits you well enough to worship shadows and adore false images, send to me in the morning, and I will send it. And so good rest. Silvia exits. The kind of rest miserable people have overnight, while they wait to be executed in the morning. Proteus exits. Host, will you go? By my holiness, I was fast asleep. Please, where is Sir Proteus lodging? Why, at my house. Believe me, I think it is almost day. No, not so, but this has been the longest night I ever watched through, and the heaviest. They exit. Eglamour enters. This is the hour when Madame Silvia asked me to come and learn her wishes. There is some serious matter she wants to employ me in. Madame. Silvia appears above. Who calls? Your servant and your friend, someone waiting for your ladyship's command. Sir Eglamour, 1,000 times good morning. As many to you, worthy lady. According to your ladyship's charge, I have come this early to learn what service you are pleased to command from me. Oh, Eglamour, you are a gentleman. Do not think I flatter you, for I swear I do not. You are valiant, wise, compassionate, and well accomplished. You know very well the dear affection I bear for the banished Valentine, and how my father wants to force me to marry vain Thurio, whom my very soul hates. You yourself have loved, and I have heard you say that no grief ever came so close to your heart as when your lady in true love died, upon whose grave you vowed pure chastity. Sir Eglamour, I want to go to Valentine, to Mantua, where I hear he is staying. Because the roads are dangerous to travel, I desire your worthy company. I trust in your faith and honor. Do not urge me to fear my father's anger, Eglamour. Think instead of my grief, a lady's grief, and of the justice of my fleeing from here to keep myself from a most unholy match, which heaven and fortune always punish with plagues. I ask you, from a heart as full of sorrows as the sea is full of sand, to keep me company and go with me. If you will not, then hide what I have said to you, so that I may dare to leave alone. Madame, I deeply pity your troubles, and since I know they are grounded in virtue, I consent to go with you. I care as little what happens to me as I strongly wish every good fortune to happen to you. When will you go? This coming evening. Where shall I meet you? At Friar Patrick's cell, where I intend to make holy confession. I will not fail your ladyship. Good morning, gentle lady. Good morning, kind Sir Eglamour. They exit. Lance enters with his dog Crab. When a man's servant behaves like a mutt toward him, let me tell you, that is hard to take. Here's one I raised from a puppy, one I saved from drowning when 3 or 4 of his blind brothers and sisters were drowned. I have taught him exactly as a man might say, this is how I would teach a dog. I was sent to deliver him as a present to Mistress Silvia for my master, and no sooner had I come into the dining room than he stepped over to her plate and stole the leg of her capon. Oh, it is a foul thing when a dog cannot behave himself in company. I would want, as a man might say, one who takes on the role of being a real dog to be a dog in every situation. If I had not had more sense than he did, and taken the blame for what he had done, I truly think he would have been hanged for it. As sure as I live, he would have suffered for it. You shall judge. He pushed himself into the company of 3 or 4 gentlemanly dogs under the Duke's table. He had not been there, heaven help us, for the time it takes to urinate before the whole room smelled of him. Out with the dog, says one. What cur is that? Says another. Whip him out, says the third. Hang him up, says the Duke. Since I had known the smell before, I knew it was Crab, so I went to the man who whips the dogs. Friend, said I, do you mean to whip the dog? Yes, indeed I do, said he. Then you wrong him all the more, said I. It was I who did the thing you know of. Without any more fuss, he whipped me out of the room. How many masters would do this for their servant? No, I swear I have sat in the stocks for puddings he stole, when otherwise he would have been executed. I have stood in the pillory for geese he killed, when otherwise he would have suffered for it. You are not thinking about that now. No, I remember the trick you played on me when I took my leave of Madame Silvia. Did I not tell you to watch me closely and do as I do? When did you ever see me lift my leg and make water against a gentlewoman's farthingale? Did you ever see me do such a trick? Proteus enters, with Julia disguised as Sebastian. Sebastian is your name. I like you well, and I will put you to some service at once. Whatever you please. I will do what I can. I hope you will. Now then, you whoreson peasant, where have you been loitering these last 2 days? Why, sir, I carried Mistress Silvia the dog you ordered me to bring. And what does she say to my little jewel? Why, she says your dog was a cur, and she tells you that currish thanks are good enough for such a present. But she accepted my dog. No, indeed, she did not. I have brought him back here again. What, did you offer her this dog for me? Yes, sir. The other little dog was stolen from me by the hangman's boys in the marketplace, and then I offered her my own, who is a dog as big as 10 of yours, and therefore the greater gift. Go, get out of here and find my dog again, or never come back into my sight. Away, I say. Are you staying here to torment me? A slave who always ends by turning me to shame. Lance exits with Crab. Sebastian, I have taken you into my service partly because I need a youth like you, one who can handle my business with some discretion, for there is no trusting that foolish lout. But chiefly I hired you because of your face and your behavior, which, if my judgment does not deceive me, show good upbringing, good fortune, and honesty. Therefore, know that this is why I employ you. Go at once and take this ring with you. Deliver it to Madame Silvia. The woman who loved me well gave it to me. It seems you did not love her, since you give away her token. Is she dead, perhaps? No. I think she lives. Alas. Why do you cry, alas? I cannot help pitying her. Why should you pity her? Because I think she loved you as well as you love your lady Silvia. She dreams of the man who has forgotten her love. You dote on the woman who cares nothing for yours. It is a pity that love should be so contrary, and thinking of it makes me cry, alas. Well, give her that ring, and with it this letter. That is her chamber. Tell my lady I claim the promise of her heavenly picture. When your message is done, hurry home to my chamber, where you will find me sad and alone. Proteus exits. How many women would carry such a message? Alas, poor Proteus, you have hired a fox to be shepherd over your lambs. Alas, poor fool, why do I pity him when with his whole heart he despises me? Because he loves her, he despises me. Because I love him, I must pity him. I gave him this ring when he parted from me, to bind him to remember my good will, and now I, unhappy messenger, must plead for what I do not want to win, carry what I wish had been refused, and praise his faith, which I would rather condemn. I am my master's true and confirmed love, but I cannot be a true servant to my master unless I prove a false traitor to myself. Still, I will woo for him, but so coldly that heaven knows I do not want him to succeed. Silvia enters, attended. Gentlewoman, good day. I pray you help me find where I may speak with Madame Silvia. What would you have with her if I am she? If you are she, I beg your patience to hear the message I was sent to bring. From whom? From my master, Sir Proteus, madam. Oh, he sends you for a picture? Yes, madam. Ursula, bring my picture here. The picture is brought to her. Go, give your master this. Tell him from me that one Julia, whom his changing thoughts have forgotten, would suit his chamber better than this shadow. Madam, please read this letter. Pardon me, madam. I have carelessly given you a paper I should not have. This is the letter for your ladyship. Julia gives Silvia a letter, then takes it back and gives her another. Please let me look at that one again. It may not be. But madam, pardon me? There, hold it. I will not look at your master's lines. I know they are stuffed with declarations and full of newly invented oaths, which he will break as easily as I tear his paper. Silvia tears the second letter. Madam, he sends your ladyship this ring. All the more shame to him for sending it to me, for I have heard him say 1,000 times that his Julia gave it to him when he left. Though his false finger has profaned the ring, mine shall not wrong his Julia so much. She thanks you. What did you say? I thank you, madam, for caring for her. Poor gentlewoman, my master wrongs her greatly. Do you know her? Almost as well as I know myself. Thinking about her sorrows, I swear I have wept 100 different times. She likely thinks that Proteus has abandoned her. I think she does, and that is the cause of her sorrow. Is she not extremely fair? She has been fairer, madam, than she is now. When she thought my master loved her well, in my judgment she was as beautiful as you. But since she neglected her looking-glass and threw away her mask that kept off the sun, the air has starved the roses in her cheeks and pinched the lily color of her face, so that now she has become as dark as I am. How tall was she? About my height. At Pentecost, when all our joyful pageants were performed, our young men had me play the woman's part, and I was dressed in Madame Julia's gown, which fit me in everyone's judgment, as if the garment had been made for me. Therefore I know she is about my height. At that time I made her weep hard, for I played a sorrowful part. Madame, it was Ariadne, grieving over Theseus' broken faith and unjust flight, which I acted so vividly with my tears that my poor mistress, moved by it, wept bitterly. I wish I were dead if in my thoughts I did not feel her very sorrow. She is indebted to you, gentle youth. Alas, poor lady, desolate and abandoned. I weep myself to think about your words. Here, youth, here is my purse. I give you this for your sweet mistress's sake, because you love her. Farewell. And she shall thank you for it, if ever you know her. Silvia and her attendants exit. A virtuous gentlewoman, mild and beautiful. I hope my master's suit will be coldly received, since she respects my mistress's love so much. Alas, how love can play tricks on itself. Here is her picture. Let me see. I think that if I had such a headdress, this face of mine would be every bit as lovely as hers. And yet the painter flattered her a little, unless I flatter myself too much. Her hair is auburn, mine is perfect yellow. If that is the only difference in his love, I will get myself a wig of that color. Her eyes are gray as glass, and so are mine. Yes, but her forehead is low, and mine is as high. What could there be that he values in her which I cannot make worthy in myself, if this foolish love were not a blinded god? Come, shadow, come, and let this shadow carry you, for you are her rival. Oh, you senseless form, you shall be worshipped, kissed, loved, and adored, and if there were any sense in his idolatry, my living body would be the statue in your place. I will treat you kindly for your mistress's sake, since she treated me so. Otherwise, by Jove, I swear I would have scratched out your unseeing eyes to make my master fall out of love with you. Julia exits. Eglamour enters near an abbey in Milan. The sun is beginning to gild the western sky, and now it is just about the hour when Silvia should meet me at Friar Petric's cell. She will not fail, Lovers do not miss appointed times, unless they arrive before the hour because their eagerness drives them on. There she comes. Lady, good evening to you. Silvia enters. Amen. Come, good Eglamour. Let us go out through the small back gate by the abbey wall. I am afraid some spies are following me. Do not be afraid. The forest is not 3 leagues away. If we can reach it, we will be safe enough. They leave. Elsewhere in Milan, in a room in the Duke's palace, Thurio, Proteus, and Julia enter. Sir Proteus, what does Silvia say about my suit? Oh, sir, I find her gentler than she was, and yet she still objects to your person. What? Does she say my leg is too long? No, that it is too thin. I will wear a boot to make it look a little fuller. Aside. But love cannot be spurred toward what it hates. What does she say about my face? She says it is a fair one. Then the playful girl lies, my face is dark. But pearls are fair, and the old saying goes, dark men are pearls in beautiful ladies' eyes. Aside. True, pearls that put out ladies' eyes. I would rather shut my eyes than look at them. How does she like my conversation? Badly when you talk of war. But well when I speak of love and peace. Aside. Better still, in fact, when you keep silent. What does she say about my courage? Oh, sir, she has no doubt of that. Aside. She need not when she knows it is cowardice. What does she say about my birth? That you are well descended. Aside. True, descended from a gentleman into a fool. Does she consider my possessions? Oh yes, and pities them. Why? Aside. Because such an ass should own them. Because they are leased out. Here comes the Duke. The Duke enters. What now, Sir Proteus? What now, Thurio? Which of you has seen Sir Eglamour lately? Not I. Nor I. Have you seen my daughter? No. Then she has fled to that peasant Valentine, and Eglamour is with her. It is true, because Friar Lawrence met them both while he was wandering through the forest as penance. He knew Eglamour well, and guessed the other was Silvia, but because she was masked, he was not certain. Besides, she meant to go to confession this evening at Patrick's cell, and she was not there. These signs confirm that she has fled from here. So please do not stand here talking. Mount your horses at once and meet me at the rising ground at the foot of the mountain that leads toward Mantua, where they have fled. Hurry, dear gentlemen, and follow me. The Duke leaves. Well, this is what comes of being a stubborn girl. She runs away from good fortune when it is chasing after her. I will follow more to take revenge on Eglamour than for love of reckless Silvia. Thurio leaves. And I will follow more for love of Silvia than from hatred of Eglamour, who goes with her. Proteus leaves. And I will follow more to hinder that love than from hatred of Silvia, who has gone away for love. Julia leaves. At the frontiers of Mantua, in the forest, Silvia enters with outlaws. Come, be patient. We must bring you to our captain. Thousand worse misfortunes than this one have taught me how to bear this patiently. Come, take her away. Where is the gentleman who was with her? Because he is quick-footed, he has outrun us. But Moises and Valerius are following him. You go with her to the west end of the wood. Our captain is there. We will follow the man who fled. The thicket is surrounded, he cannot escape. Second and third outlaws leave. Come, I must bring you to our captain's cave. Do not be afraid. He has an honorable mind, and will not treat a woman unlawfully. O Valentine, I endure this for you. They leave. Valentine enters another part of the forest. How strongly habit grows in a man through use. I can endure this shadowy wilderness, these lonely woods, better than busy towns full of people. Here I can sit alone, unseen by anyone, and match my sorrows to the nightingale's sad notes, rehearsing all my griefs. O you who live in my heart, do not leave that house empty for so long, or it may fall into ruin and leave no memory of what it once was. Restore me with your presence, Silvia. Gentle nymph, comfort your abandoned lover. Shouts are heard within. What shouting is this? What uproar today? These are my companions, who make their own wills their law, and they must be chasing some unfortunate traveler. They love me well, yet I have much trouble keeping them from savage outrages. Hide yourself, Valentine. Who is coming here? Valentine steps aside. Proteus enters with Silvia and Julia disguised as Sebastian. Madam, though you care nothing for anything your servant does, I have done you this service. I risked my life and rescued you from the man who would have forced your honor and your love. Grant me, as my reward, only one kind look. I cannot beg for a smaller gift, and I am sure you cannot give less. Aside. How much like a dream is what I see and hear. Love, give me patience to hold back a little while. Oh, how miserable and unhappy I am. You were unhappy, madam, before I came. By coming, I have made you happy. By coming near me, you make me most unhappy. Aside. And me too, whenever he comes near you. If a hungry lion had seized me, I would rather have been the beast's breakfast than be rescued by false Proteus. O heaven, judge how I love Valentine, whose life is as dear to me as my own soul. Just as much, for there can be no more I hate false oath-breaking Proteus. So go away. Do not pursue me any more. What dangerous deed, even if it stood next to death, would I not suffer for one gentle look? Oh, this is the curse of love, and it has always proved true. Women cannot love where they are loved. Say rather, Proteus cannot love where he is loved. Read Julia's heart again, your first and best love. For her dear sake you once divided your faith into 1,000 oaths, and all those oaths turned into perjury when you loved me. You have no faith left now, unless you have two kinds of faith, and that is worse than none. It is better to have no faith than double faith, because one too many makes it false. You counterfeit of a true friend. In love, who thinks of friendship? Every man but Proteus. Then, if the gentle power of persuasive words cannot change you into a kinder form, I will woo you like a soldier, at sword's point, and love you against the nature of love. I will force you. Proteus seizes her. O heaven! I will force you to yield to my desire. Coming forward. Villain, let go of that rude, uncivil hand, you badly made friend. Valentine. You common friend, without faith or love, for that is what a friend now means. Treacherous man, you have deceived my hopes. Nothing but my own eye could have convinced me. Now I dare not say I have one living friend, because you would prove me wrong. Who can be trusted when a man's own right hand betrays his heart? Proteus, I am sorry that I must never trust you again, but for your sake must count the whole world a stranger. The private wound cuts deepest. O cursed time, when among all enemies a friend should be the worst. My shame and guilt overwhelm me. Forgive me, Valentine. If deep sorrow is enough payment for an offense, I offer it here. I suffer for my crime as truly as I ever committed it. Then I am repaid, and once again I accept you as honest. Whoever is not satisfied by repentance belongs neither to heaven nor earth, for both are pleased by it. By penitence the Eternal's anger is calmed. And so that my love may appear plain and free, all that was mine in Silvia I give to you. Oh, unhappy me! Julia faints. Look to the boy. Why, boy? Why, young fellow? What now? What is the matter? Look up. Speak. Oh, good sir, my master ordered me to deliver a ring to Madame Silvia, but through my neglect it was never done. Where is that ring, boy? Here it is. This is it. Julia gives him a ring. What? Let me see. Why, this is the ring I gave to Julia. Oh, pardon me, sir, I was mistaken. This is the ring you sent to Silvia. Julia shows another ring. But how did you get this ring? When I left, I gave this one to Julia. And Julia herself gave it to me, and Julia herself has brought it here. Julia reveals herself. What? Julia? Look at the woman who was the mark of all your oaths and held them deep within her heart. How often have you split their root with perjury? O Proteus, let this clothing make you blush. Be ashamed that I have put on such a modest dress, if shame can live inside a disguise worn for love. Modesty finds it a smaller stain for women to change their shapes than for men to change their minds. Than men to change their minds. It is true. O heaven, if only man were constant, he would be perfect. That when fault fills him with faults and drives him through every sin, inconstancy falls away before it even begins. What is there in Silvia's face that I may not see fresher in Julia's, if I look with faithful eyes? Come, come, give me a hand from each of you. Let me be blessed by bringing this happy ending about. It would be a pity for two such friends to remain enemies long. Bear witness, heaven, I have my wish forever. And I have mine. The outlaws enter with the Duke and Thurio. A prize, a prize, a prize. Stop, stop, I say. It is my lord the Duke. Your grace is welcome to a disgraced man, banished Valentine. Sir Valentine. There is Silvia, and Silvia is mine. Thurio, stand back or embrace your death. Do not come within the reach of my anger. Do not call Silvia yours. If you do it once more, Verona will not hold you. Here she stands. Try to take possession of her with one touch. I dare you even to breathe upon my love. Sir Valentine, I do not care for her. I count any man a fool who endangers his body for a girl who does not love him. I make no claim to her, and therefore she is yours. That makes you all the more degenerate and base, to use such methods to win her as you have used, then give her up on such slight terms. Now, by the honor of my ancestry, I applaud your spirit, Valentine, and think you worthy of an empress's love. Know then that I forget all former grievances, cancel every grudge, and recall you home again. I plead a new case in favor of your unmatched merit, and to it I subscribe this. Sir Valentine, you are a gentleman and well born. Take your Silvia, for you have deserved her. I thank your grace. The gift has made me happy. Now I beg you, for your daughter's sake, to grant one favor that I shall ask of you. I grant it for your own sake, whatever it may be. These banished men with whom I have lived are men endowed with worthy qualities. Forgive whatever they have committed here, and let them be recalled from exile. They are reformed, civilized, full of good, and fit for important service, worthy lord. You have prevailed. I pardon them and you. Use them as you judge their merits deserve. Come, let us go. We will end all quarrels with triumph's joy and splendid ceremony. And as we walk along, I will be bold enough to make your grace smile with our conversation. What do you think of this page, my lord? Hey, the boy has grace in him. He blushes. I assure you, my lord, more grace than boy. What do you mean by that saying? If it pleases you, I will tell you as we pass along, and you will wonder at what has happened. Come, Proteus, your penance is only to hear the story of your loves uncovered. Once that is done, our wedding day shall be yours too. One feast, one house, one shared happiness. They all exit.
And there the two gentlemen of Verona ends, in the great forest tangle that Shakespeare knots in a breath. Valentine steps from the trees and saves Silvia. Proteus, caught in his villainy, repents in a single line, and is astonishingly forgiven. Julia swoons, drops her disguise, and is restored to the Proteus she never stopped loving. The Duke yields Silvia to Valentine, and pardons the outlaws, and the two friends, and the two ladies, go off to be married in one shared feast. It is a young man's play, rough at the joints, swift past believing in its mending, yet alive with everything Shakespeare would later do greater: the friend and the lover at war, the woman in disguise who outloves the man she serves, the greenwood where all is set right. Thank you for sitting with the whole of the Two Gentlemen of Verona. Mind the footnotes, and beware the folly.